Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. This one here with a gasoline engine in it, the same 3.4 liter quad cam engine that comes in the Tacoma, I believe that it is. This one has 110,000 kilometers on it. It has from 1997. This is a 90 series, long wheelbase. It comes in long and short, but the long wheelbases are by far more popular. We're going to take a look at the condition of the car and compare it to the auction inspection sheet. This one was bought from auction here in Japan. It's going to be exported over to Canada, my home country, my fair city. That's not a Canadian reference. That's a US reference. Okay, so let's just start the inspection here. First off, the engine looks great. These are known to be reliable engines, and this one is no different. The timing belt has been changed at 106,000 kilometers according to that sticker. I think it was in 2022, but the writing is a little bit hard to read. It was only 4,000 kilometers ago, so that's a nice little win. It also wasn't mentioned from the seller here, and so that's a nice little win. The battery is dead, mind you. That needs to be replaced. The coolant looks good. The engine oil, let me just pull this. Looking quite clean. Okay, so I'm going to lower the hood. You get to see the bushes while I'm doing that. And Canada, or the USA, never got the Land Cruiser 90 series. But you guys are getting the 250 series very shortly here. And the 250 is what this eventually became. You've had the Land Cruiser Prado in the form of a Lexus GX for several generations. But I don't think you've had the actual Land Cruiser Prado there, which is the kind of a light grade Land Cruiser. Okay, so here's the auction inspection sheet. I'm going to quickly translate this for you. It's a 1997 Land Cruiser Prado TZ generation. The TZ is for the long wheelbase ones. 3.4 liter gasoline. This is a VZJ95. Auction grade 4, interior B, which is a nice high grade. And I will attest, this is a very good looking Land Cruiser Prado. Comes with original alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, and airbag. And it's an original navy two-tone with silver paint job. And they don't do two-tone paint jobs so much anymore, but they used to do them all the time. We got a two-tone Mark II over there. Is that the only two-tone that we have at the moment? Maybe there's a Celsior up there. I think it's two-tone as well, like a gray and blue two-tone. But yes, the gray and blue on this, it's a good look. And it's a great vehicle. I highly recommend this to anyone who needs a three-row and is looking for something that's a little bit, practical, off-road able, looks cool, has Toyota dependability. Maybe you've had a Toyota truck before, but now you need more seats. Get one of these, you won't be disappointed. Sales points here from the seller. This car has a front bumper guard, original 16-inch wheels, and roof rails. Ooh, your car's got roof rails. Yay! And then the report here from the auction inspector, it says steering wheel peeling, and it's actually pretty bad. My recommendation is replacing it, although it would be repairable if you really wanted to. Maybe you're a handy guy or girl. Interior one part dirty and scratched. Underside has been painted. Very small scratches, small dents, repair marks, and uneven paint. And then paint fade on both fenders. I'll show you that in a second. Both the hood and the roof have been repainted. There's what they consider an AU2 on the back fender, which should be a medium scratch and dent in this area here. Now, I'm not really seeing anything. So you tell me if I'm crazy or if I need to get my eyes checked. But this is looking pretty good to me. I will mention that the paint here has a bit of an issue. I'll come back to talk about that in just a second. But for now, we are done reading the auction inspection sheet. So let's do the exterior walk around here. And then you can see it from all different angles. See the beauty from all different angles. Ooh, how about this angle? Oh, and they're doing some work in the park here. Might be a little bit one-cylinder carbureted engine like two-stroke. I'm pretty sure that's a two-stroke. Okay, so this one has a beautiful rear spoiler that is an optional extra. Usually you get it in a kit with that and the sunroof spoiler as well. It actually has a very cool function to it, and I'm going to show you in a sec after we're done the walk around want to make sure that you can see the beauty from all the different angles with no interruption. Here we are in the park, the JDM park, full of the JDM kids. And yeah, in Canada, very incredibly cool vehicle. We've been importing cars. So in Canada, we have the 15-year rule, so you can import anything that's 15 years old. This one's 25 years old, so these were popular to import to Canada. Now, not so much, because the price has kind of gone up now that the US market has access to them. You can get the newer version of the Land Cruiser Prado now. I personally prefer these older ones. I just love the classic styling on them and the more, I don't know, less beautiful? I don't know if that sounds like a good thing, but to me it is. Like less sculptured, more utilitarian kind of off-roady look. So these are the early model headlights. That's just what they look like. The later ones, they got clear and started looking better. So if you want an upgrade, you can do that. The front bush guard, it's good. It's mostly in good condition. There's a little bit of, just oldness and fade on the Bosch headlights. He also has some fade on this chrome strip and a little bit of discoloration in the plastic. It's an unpainted plastic, so that's why. The grille behind it has some paint fade on it. So it's painted this chrome color. But then there's fade on this section here and here and here in and around the badge. And same thing goes on this side here. Now you can take that off and just paint it black if you want to clean up the vehicle. Or you can just leave it. People see this driving down the street and they're like, whoa, cool Land Cruiser. Most of them are not like, let's see behind the bush bar and see if there's any faded paint back there. And I really don't think that it takes a lot away from the car, to be honest. Okay, going down this side, both fenders have paint fade. The paint fade is more on this side than on the other side. It's about this far, just on the upper facing strip. So it looks like the hood has been repainted because of fade. The fenders had started to fade, but maybe they didn't notice or the fade hadn't gone on so much. It doesn't stand out an awful lot, but it's there. So there's that. Same thing on this side too. Okay, so let's continue down the side. We got this really cool mirror. Helps you to see your visibility for what's right up against this side or right up against the front. Two little mirrors there. And coming down this side, I believe, if I recall, everything is looking good here. So the roof, let's just step up here. Oh, and I can show you the spoiler. The roof's been repainted. And when you repaint, you have to stop painting somewhere. So you paint. And if you don't stop here, then you're paint your entire rear fender. So what most painters are going to do is they're going to find a spot to blend the paint. And here, they didn't work the paint very well. I think a lot of times when people paint the roof, they're actually not doing a good job because nobody ever looks up there. And they continued the not very good job down here. So you got a little bit of a blend line, which is, let's see, probably right here. And then it's orange peely on the finish. That goes for that side, as well as for this side. There's the line right there. Okay, back up here again. And look at this. Spoiler on the back, but you can do this. Ooh. Yeah. So Toyota does these for the sunroofs as well. You can divert some of the air down below it. And actually for a boxy design like this, it's aerodynamic to have the air go down because it otherwise doesn't leave as much of a turbulence void underneath it. And so you'll notice on a lot of trucks or minivans nowadays, the spoiler will actually be the opposite direction to help the air come and wrap down around. This one, I'm not sure why they leave this up to the user to decide how much it wraps around, but it is cool that it is an adjustable spoiler on a Land Cruiser. Okay, so the back bumper on the top edge here has a number of chips from the paint. Yeah, actually, you can see them quite well here. They're small. Here's one as well, right there. The back corner has a few mild scratches on it. Nothing that I would be too worried about. This is the original spare tire, so that's got to go unless you want to be stranded after you get a flat. A few little scratches there. This side actually has a number of, I think a dog made it scratches. they look like here, 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 here. It's like this is the dog's door, maybe. And then along here you have some chips. And along here you have chips. And then another dog scratch. And a few minor scratches around this area. And fade on all 4 of your handles here. The door handles. Also fade on both chrome mirrors. You can see kind of like the little spots in the very top. Okay. Here a couple scratches as well. And here some shallow scratches. Underside is looking excellent. I'll give you a little peek at it. As you can see, it's been repainted at some point. I did have a closer look. I didn't find anywhere that looked concerning, like they had repainted for reselling purposes. It happens sometimes, but I don't think it happens that often. Now, let's do the interior. We'll start with the back seat. Keep in mind, this is a 3-row. As a result, you don't get a ton of room in the back, but you do have the ability to flip the seats up to the sides in order to give yourself more room in the back if you want. The door opens to the side, which is a Land Cruiser Prado thing, I guess. So some scratches right there. Fairly clean in the back. And the way that they flip is these seats go down if you need to stack stuff on top. And then the whole thing will flip up and attach on to the assist grip up here. They have like a little tether that grabs onto it. And there's how you actuate it. You can do it from the back seat here. You don't have to go into the inside in order to pin them up to the sides. Otherwise, yeah, not the most amount of room in the back, and it seems like most people don't use this back row. It is a little bit small for adults, more of a kid-like back row. Many of the ones that we buy already have them in the upward position and are never sat in. Into the center. Okay, your door cards are looking good on both sides, in my opinion. It is a little bit dark in here due to tinted windows and being a little bit later in the day, so do bear with me here. Great condition seats. Interior does not smell of anything. I understand that smoking is more common in Japan than many of the other countries, especially the ones that we export to. But this one is a non-smoker, which is nice to have. You get a decent amount of room here, and this whole seat can slide forward and back if you want to give more or less room to the passengers in the rear. Now, this one, right now it's 1 click back, and you can put it even more back, but you can't make it into a full flat surface for sleeping on. It's just, it'll leave like a large bump here because it hinges right there. So it'll be like bump up. Kids, well, you can just tell them to go sleep in it, and they will. Otherwise, the guy's here to pick up a car, so I gotta be a little bit quick. Clean and clean. That's annoying to do one-handed, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Front seats. Okay, again, door cards looking good. Interior looking really good. Front seats of this are nice and comfortable. They sit up nice and high, and it is a commanding drive. Probably not as commanding as North American SUVs, but being here in Japan, this does give you a I'm driving a large vehicle feel. Mind you, maneuverability is good in these, and it's full-time 4-wheel drive. So here's the wear on the steering wheel. Here as well, very bad peeling. As you can see, it's chunking right off. 110,597 on the odometer. Here's your center stack. And it's all original. You get a field gauge, which is very cool, but this one's broken. The screen's a little bit bad. But it has like a... and it's not common for the screens to go bad on these that I've seen. It is for the big screen that goes here on some of the models. But I haven't seen these ones broken like this very often. It has a clinometer, pitch roll, and your compass, as well as a cool little display where it shows you the last 12 hours of your altitude or your barometric pressure or your temperature or your speed. It's very cool. Okay, AC works nice and well. Shifting, this is a little loose, pretty common on these. And then this has cup holders in here. And there's that. And then there's this. Boom, that opens and you get more cup holders. Yes. Okay. Sunroof has not been tested because I have stopped testing sunroofs because when they get stuck open it is very annoying and the rain pools up on the plastic and it can't be shipped and then you have to take the headliner out and it's a thing. Anyway, that is going to be all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.